dear viewer, 'tis Jonna, back on the airwaves once again, and thank you for the support. I've had quite a few messages through the Book of Faces, but also through YouTube itself. So you guys know who you are, so thank you very much for the well wishing and that kind of stuff. I am back, and I'm back with a beer review, but don't get excited. The some of the boxes, the beer 52, for example, will have to wait. I did have a plan for doing, yeah, for doing it every month and keeping up to date with things, but because of what's happened in the last month with my kind of medical stuff, it's, how shall we say, gone for a Burton. So yeah, two 2.5 weeks with no beer, no alcoholic beer. But I'm going to do a beer review, and I've got a few beers. They are alcohol-free beers, AF, as the brew dogs say. So yeah, so for you, those of you that like alcohol, and I fucking love alcohol, but I don't want to ever be in the situation of falling on the ground, racked with pain. Um, Awful. Anyway, so at the moment, until I have an idea of what's going on, until we get the all clear, or till we find out what is happening with my body, because I'm still getting pain, and it's definitely around soft, squidgy areas, kidneys. I'm thinking, um, yeah, liver's higher up, but hey, don't want to go into that. So I'm going to show you this bad boy. I did drink one of these on camera when I was having a bit of a chat with you last time. This is going to be a review, and it should have been on Sunday, but I am a complete idiot. And yeah, the reason it was going to be on Sunday is because I got a bargain. It was going to be a supermarket Sunday. Look at that, reduced from £5 to £3.25. That's not bad. That is not bad. And there were four of these, I believe. And I don't know if you can see. Probably should have wiped it, but I'm assuming it was in a batch, and one of the cans exploded or dropped on the floor or something. Like some on the bottom as well, a bit dented. They've been battered, so they're not in official Guinness kind of wrappings. They were wrapped together. I don't know if you can see, with sellotape. And I've found, dear viewer, that Tesco's, UK supermarket Tesco's, seems to do the biggest discounts if you have battered packaging. Um, and I don't care, so long as the inside is all right. And you know me, I love a bargain, which is cool. Anyway, going to do a review on this, and I have been really looking at stuff of late because I'm worried about myself. So not only am I looking alcohol free, I need it to be low sugar. And weirdly, I was in the supermarket yesterday looking at Koppelberg alcohol-free cider, um, and I was amazed that although it was alcohol-free, apparently they had put extra added sugar in, and it was like a substantial amount of sugar. I was like, what the hell? What? But then I thought, no, I guess people aren't drinking alcohol-free beers like me for medical reasons, but you might want to have an alcohol-free beer or cider. Um, do alcohol-free gins as well. I couldn't believe it. Um, but they want it to be alcohol-free. I mean, why not just have a soft drink? Makes no sense to me. But I guess you can have alcohol-free and load up on the sugar as well. So just because it says alcohol-free, please, especially if you're dealing with the diabetes like I am, please don't think it means low carbs and low sugar, especially because this bad boy, actually, they had put added sugar in. It was in the ingredients. As a home brewer, I would say, yeah, add the sugar before you ferment it, because then it makes it more alcoholic. But they'd obviously put the sugar in or some sort of syrup in afterwards. It must be a syrup flavoring, I guess, into an alcohol-free product. No sense at all. Anyway, how am I going to do this? Let me do this. Right, dear viewer, I don't do this that often, but I am going to tilt you. I'm going to move my phony out of the way. I'm going to tilt you over here because you can see the back door. Because what I want to show you is the glass. Look, I've still got the old beer festival here, and especially the side of the glass. So what we do is, boom, in it goes. And a lot of people have told me that the faster you get this in, the better this happens. And on a normal draft Guinness, you get, can't really see it, can you? You get the snowstorm. And we are kind of getting that here. And the reason for that, dear viewer, while that's settling out, look at that. It looks so much like a real pint, doesn't it? If you hadn't guessed already, that's a wooden door. Can you hear that? It has a widget in it. I mean, just it is so much like a draft can of Guinness. No surger. Now, I did see, dear viewer, there were surgers on offer. This is not a surger, and I'm off the beer anyway. But there was surgers, and they're bigger cans, and they were damaged. I assume in the same batch as these beers were damaged, and they were something like £7 or £8 or something, and it was 4 cans as well. I was like, 4 cans, 7, £8. I can go to the Wetherspoons and buy Guinness, draft Guinness, at the same price, almost. In fact, if you go on a certain day, they do Guinness Day at Wetherspoons, which is cool. So have a look at that. It looks pretty good. We have a finger's head of creamy goodness. I showed you that kind of before. But look at that. Absolute gorgeous stuff. You put that in front of someone, they would assume it was a Guinness. I know, other stouts are available, but what other stouts? Well, there are other draft stouts available now too. Do this kind of stuff. Absolute. It looks beautiful. It looks like a pint of Guinness. Now, this is where things go a bit downhill for this review, but we'll bear with it. We'll see what we get. So, there is a hint of roastiness in there. There is definitely some sort of malt in there. There is also a little bit of cream to it. It definitely has the aroma, but it's not as strong. Normal Guinness, draft Guinness, or even if you're going for the proper originals and West Indies Guinness, all sorts of craziness, they all have that maltiness. And that is here too, but it's very, very light. Sláinte. there is no bite. Guinness, for me, you do, when you drink through the head, you do get that creaminess that you can only get from Guinness. I mean, there is a tiny hint of grain there, but it's like grain water. It does not have the thickness, the body, the kind of unctuousness, if that's a word. I think it probably is. Is it a word? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean. It's that sort of milkshakey type thing that Guinness has, but it's got that bitterness too. This doesn't have that. It does have the creaminess. It does have a malty malt water, a malt soup kind of thing going on. But it doesn't taste like Guinness. Damn it. Ooh, you can see that. Yeah. There's an unbelievably fat line of head there. Weirdly, in a curl, but I guess that's from when oh no, I drank it that way. So why is it curling that way? Don't know, dear viewer. I do not know. On this side, you do have the vertical line. Oh, that looks a bit like a rabbit. Can you see that? In the old head there. What have we got on this side? Oh, like a man, a sort of a pixie, wearing a pixie hat up here. But yeah, it's like Guinness black water. That's what it should be called, black water. I don't know if you remember, but years ago there used to be a thing called Enigma, which was a lager, I believe, that was very low alcohol, but was also by Guinness. Um, and that wasn't that great either. But this, I mean, the only reason why I think you would have this at an event or a party or whatever is just so people would think that you were drinking normal Guinness, because it doesn't do anything that normal Guinness does to the consumer. It's all visual. I oh Molly Malone. Oh, I could do all that kind of stuff, and people would think I've had too many Guinness. Um, and I've had four of these. Well, this is my fourth one, I should say. And I can honestly say that I think maybe I've had too many of these because I don't really like it. Um, if I was to never drink alcohol again, I don't think I could drink this. I really don't. One of my friends is not supposed to drink alcohol, but every now and then, usually when something bad has happened, we get together, we drink Guinness. And when I say we drink Guinness, we drink 10, 12 pints of Guinness. And it does get a bit messy. Um, but yeah, this just doesn't do it for me. And it's not just about the alcohol. Anyway, there we go. I've been saying for ages that I was going to do this one. It's got all this. The only problem with this is they've like really gone to town with the sellotape. See if I can get a bit of the sellotape off. There we go. So there's the can. I do like the design of the can. Pretty good. Alcohol-free stout, 0.0. If you really want to know, it is, there we go, I'll put it up there. It is not completely alcohol-free, even though it says up here, alcohol-free. It contains 0.05% alcohol. So if you were Muslim, if you were a brother or sister of the Muslim faith, you probably wouldn't be able to drink that because it does have a very small amount of alcohol in it. But weirdly, other drinks have alcohol in them which you wouldn't think had alcohol in them because of their manufacture. Coca-Cola, for example, I believe in its process actually does have alcohol in it. Very small amount, but it does have, and a lot of soft drinks do, and you just don't know that they do. If you want to be totally alcohol free, more or less any kind of drink that has sugar in will probably also have a very small amount of alcohol in it. But yeah, 0.05, so 5/500ths. Is that right? If we were talking about time, 0.05%. So you would have to drink 10 pints to have 0.5%. To get up to 5%, and I know Guinness is 4%, but a normal pint of beer, 5% is relatively normal. You would need to drink 100 of these cans before you got 5%. You can drink those all day. You will not even be close. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to drink that all day. You'd probably have, if you had that on draft, you'd have to drink a whole keg of that, and you'd be roughly about the same as 1 pint of Guinness. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, dear viewer, I am back on the airwaves. I really hope that you've enjoyed this review, gone down a weird tangent with me, and I'm probably talking a bit more because there's no alcohol, so I've got nothing else to do apart from to talk to you, dear viewer. I have got some alcohol-free other beers to try, and those reviews will be coming up. It's Coronation weekend, so I was planning to get one of the Coronation beers, or maybe a range of Coronation beers, but life happens. I've got to go alcohol-free. If you know of an alcohol-free beer that's in the Coronation kind of vibe, please let me know down in the comments. And otherwise, I'll see you real soon for more beer reviews. Take care.